low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things. Realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Right, welcome back to another stream, guys. So it is Thursday the 8th of December. It's 2 o'clock here in the UK, and we're just about to get ready for the New York session. The New York Stock Exchange has opened, but we haven't had our 9:30 or 2:30 volatility yet. So we're gonna have a little search of the markets, run through a little bit of what we looked at in the London session off stream. Had a couple of good trades there, although I think I've just deleted one, which is kind of annoying. I've got one here on GU, which I'll run through in a second. But yeah, so basically we're just going to be looking for our setup, which is, you should be able to see in a second. I'm just going to change over our screen and welcome you to the charts. So welcome to the charts. Alright, and yeah, so basically we're just going to hang out, we're going to take our time, going to be patient, we're not going to rush into anything, and basically just look for some clean setups, basically looking for 1 or 2 trades in this stream. If we get our wins and we're happy with that, then we will move on. If not, then we don't get any setups, alright? We've already had a good trade today on GU and EU. So yeah, I guess the only thing to do now is for us to just jump into the charts and see what we can find. Recommended bit rate. Okay, hold on a second. Something going on with my. Let's go to settings quick. it so low?
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'm making to the
Let's
top,
see if
yeah,
this
I commit.
helped.
And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent, I'm gonna take shots. If I miss off, forget it, I'll take a bad loss.
Alright, just having some struggle with the settings here, bear with me.
I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it, I never back up. I don't miss a thing or regret it, I'm always learning. You could call me academic, I'm always working. Never been apathetic, bad energy is like a poison, need some antiseptic.
Gone down even more. Right, I'm gonna start and stop the stream real quick, just because I've changed some settings and they haven't the stream's not liking it exactly right now. So I'm just gonna change up real quick. We will be back very shortly. Okay, we're back. I know that was a quick interval there, but hopefully that sorted it. I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Let's see. Anyway, so we're here, and we'll just get on with having a look at some charts, shall we? See what we've got going on. See if we can find any setups. So we've had a nice gap fill there on AU. We're not really going to be looking for too many trades before 2:30, because once 2:30 comes, could be quite crazy. I don't think we've got any news. Let's have a look. So 1:30, we had a little bit of news come out. We had initial jobless claims. Nothing after that. So okay. Alright, so nothing too much to look at after this today. 3:30, very minor news. 4:30, yeah, so just a clean day from now on. So let's run through this trade from this morning that I found. I was actually in bed when I found this, because this was quite early this morning, 7:30 this morning. Notice that we had this area here, which is obviously a really nice supply zone. So drew that out, and as I woke up, price was actually just meeting it. So I was like, it was almost like an instantaneous setup. And if I drop down to the 3, you can see I haven't got any FVGs yet. That smaller box within the box is my mark of a fair value gap, which we got right in the middle. The stream is still struggling, and I don't know why. Does it seem like it's struggling? Like, seems alright. Yeah, they're only look at chart. Yeah, so So I had that FEG here. Okay, so fair value gap to be filled, and we did fill it. So we entered on our 5-minute break of a candle low, as we do. We actually entered just here. Okay, we had that break here. We actually got in here. We had a bit of pull up, which was pretty crazy, really close to stop loss, but we didn't get stopped out, and we pushed on down. And we targeted this low down here for a nice 32 pips. So it was a really nice trade this morning. So yeah. So now we're just going to look for some trades to see if we can get anything. We haven't really got too much. You know, we could be looking at potential here. Which is just here, like so. Got any FEGs in there? We've just filled one in, which is here. But for me, it's not the nicest setup. As you can see from our rules up here, we're looking for a breaker structure. We haven't actually broken this recent structure. We have broken this on the 1 minute, but we're looking for the 5-minute breaker structure, which we haven't got yet. So GU not really giving us much. Euro, on the other hand, we had this trade this morning. I'll set it out for you. So I was originally looking at this area here. Okay, on the 5-minute. Almost this area, to be fair. Waiting for price to come in and see if there'd be a reaction. But as you can see, we blasted straight through. And I looked to the left and I saw that we had all this equal highs here. So we had all this liquidity. So people's stop losses, etc. just sat below here. So price was bound to come and take that out, which it did. So we liquidity grabbed all of that, and we had this lovely zone just here, which we came into. Okay, I can refine it down to probably this candle here. Price came in, so then I was just waiting for our reaction. Okay, I don't think we had any FEGs on that point. If we did, we had a little one actually there to there, but I think that probably got filled already. Didn't actually. So no, it needed to get filled, that. So let's go. That little gap there. Okay, which it got filled eventually. You can see it didn't get filled there. Sort of. But actually got completely taken out there. So then when we got on to our 5-minute chart, just basically basically just waiting for the price to get our entry, and we finally got the entry here, which was this candle here. Okay, we got a little break at the high, and we had our stop loss just below, excuse me, the low there. And in actual fact, we went for our 1-to-1, which made us take out just about there. And we got a 1-to-1, which was a nice 9 pips, shot up, and yeah, we could have literally waited as well for another setup, which was here. Okay, so we had our demand zone, fair value gap, filled the fair value gap, dropped in past the 50%, and then we rocketed on up. Unfortunately, I was out and about, so I couldn't watch this for a second entry, but that would have been beautiful. So now we'll get rid of all this. So now we're just basically on for the next round of hunting. So we've got a little area here, which could be interesting. Okay, got 2 nice big bullish candles. Do we have any fair value gaps? We've got one here. Technically, you could say we've got one there, but it's there we go. On the 1 minute, we've got a really nice one there. So now we're going to look for price on EU to come back into the zone. We are dangerously close to the 230 volatility. So if we do get a little bit crazy, we will we'll hold off. What time is it? We got 19 minutes until that comes. So let's just wait and see. Alright, let's just wait and see. So we're setting alert. And I'm going to draw in this FEG on so I can see it on the 5 minute. I'll draw on the 50%. So ideally we'd like it to fill, touch the 50%, get our entry, and that would be beautiful. We have broken some structure up here, so this could be a perfect trade for us. We have also got an FEG and some fairly clean traffic, although there's quite a lot of wicks up there to fill. Obviously on the 5 minute, if I go on the 30 minutes, it's probably just going to be a straight line. Oh. Yeah, so it's looking kind of messy at the moment on the 30 minute. But we have got gaps above here. Okay, and we have been created a new higher high, new low, higher lows. So let's see what we get. Okay, EU's actually come into zone already. A little bit quicker than I expected. We haven't taken out that low FEG yet, so I'm not interested at the moment.
I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt.
So we got a nice reaction coming away from there, you can see. It's a shame we haven't tapped into that 1 minute FEG. Now 1 minute there's an entry, but that's not what we look for. We look for the 5 minute candle break entry because we have more confluence, more data to prove that price is going to keep on pushing up. All right, so we're going to stay locked in here and see what we can get. I feel like we're probably going to come back down. If we do come within the zone, we know it's going to happen. It's going to be told there. So let's see.
From the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be. I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. Sometimes you just gotta believe.
Mad.
Something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness.
Right, well, we're waiting for that. We've got our we've got everything set up here, so we've got an alert if we come back down into there. So we'll come back to this. We could, of course, take off from here, which I'll look for a potential entry if we do. But let's go and have a look at the other charts while we're waiting for this. I think we're going to have a little bit of just of a lull on all pairs at the moment until we get the open on. Sorry, the 230 volatility. GU. Let's have a look at this down here, which we unfortunately missed today because this is absolutely stunning. Okay, so we've got our demand zone here. Okay, if we refine it, we can bring it down to this candle here. Got a nice strong buying pressure. 4 candles worth of strong buying pressure out of the zone. Looking left, taking out all of this liquidity here. Okay, and if we go down into our smaller time frames, are we going to find any fair value gaps in there? We are not. So there's no fair value gaps in there. But this area for me would have been a buy regardless without that confluence because of the way that it looked. Like, that is just stunning. Okay, we came down into about the 50% mark. Yeah, took out the 50%, and yeah, we got our entry here. So I would have entered here, probably stopped below this low here for a 1-to-1. Real nice first TP, and then fired on up. So that's a really nice trade there. But unfortunately we missed it. What time did it come out? So this wasn't that long ago. It's a couple of hours ago. I was still on the way home, so that's a shame. But hey, we saw it. We identified it. It follows our plan. It's a win. Now, not much going on here really for this. We've got this zone here, but have we got any sort of, because we've got selling pressure here, high selling pressure. We have come into the zone before, but now we're quite deep in there. So we've got that fair value gap there, which is nice. Okay, which we did fill. And we have had an entry. But it's not something I'm willing to enter yet unless this candle really closes with a huge wick. Also, obviously I'm wary that 10 minutes time we have got some high volatility coming. There we go, we're getting a nice push down with EU now. It'd be nice for us to come down into here. Okay, Nas is looking kind of nice right now. Got a nice push up. Got any fares in there? Filled that one already. So a nice demand zone here. Okay, putting pressure up, breaking all this structure. But because of the time, I'm gonna stay out of it. Okay, so if this candle breaks this low, it could be an entry here, because the New York Open doesn't affect GU too much. We have technically already got our entry here, because we came into the right here would be the entry. But I think I'm going to wait for a second confirmation of a break of a low.
For her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease. Bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste. And I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane.
Okay, so EU has shot away from us really. We didn't get our deep fill. I'm still going to hold off because of time. That's one thing I've had to learn, is holding off on pulling the trigger too quickly. Because in my spare time, I enjoy skateboarding, I enjoy extreme sports, and taking risks is certainly a is certainly something that I don't mind doing. So with trading, it's never been too much of a problem for me to take a risk and go through the adrenaline rush of having a trade on, which isn't always the best thing. So I've had to, in the last year or two, really try and control my urges just to enter the market when I see a good setup, because I've been burnt before by having a trade and holding it too long, or holding it through 230 or whatever. So I'm a little bit more confident to take one on GJ, because GJ doesn't get so crazily affected by a 230 open. It can do. Okay, so here is 230 yesterday, and not much really happened. We had a nice big drop actually at 3 o'clock, which actually came off this supply zone. But usually, again, if we look at the day before, it's the same day. 230 is there. Okay, again, not much happened. We just kind of went sideways for a bit until we had a big push up with some news. So if we do get a breakdown below this low, because this candle's going to close in a minute, then I'll look for an entry. But we've got this liquidity here, which I feel like it's probably going to come and take out. So yeah. Technically right now this would be a nice entry because we have entered the zone and we are pushing up, but we're not going to take it. I've actually had a good trade here that could have gone through, but again, we're a little bit too cautious. What's this? AU's got set up here right now. Okay, 3 nice supply candles. Let's go to lower time frames. FVG, fair value gap, right there. Okay, so price comes back up here. We're looking for sales. And we've also broken structure with a closing candle. So it's a good look. Got sort of a double top as well, double top on the bodies there. So if we can come up into the zone, definitely going to be looking for a sell. Okay, let's get a couple of alerts in so we don't miss it. GU's nothing. EU's taken off, which is a shame. GU's doing nothing. Yeah, see, Nasdaq's just playing around waiting for something to happen. We've got 3.5 minutes until our open. I'd quite like price to come back down here, and I'd still be looking for buys if it does. Okay, GU showing some love. So if we break this candle low here, we're going to enter. It's looking like we could get that, you know. But we haven't got it yet. There we go. We got it. We got our entry. Come on, MT4's being lame. Okay. Order placed.
Swear I won't forget this. Why do I regret this? In my mind reckless.
I'm gonna go for a nice 999 on this stop loss there. Go for a 1-to-1 TP 1.
I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel
Okay, GJ's moving down. So 1 minute until open. We did enter. Okay, this is a risk, but I like the look of it. I love this hold up here on this supply zone. We've got broken lows here. It's showing downward trend. Okay, still even broke this low. I'm happy with it. Broken 2 lows now. And then we got our TP2 down the bottom there. Okay, 230. Let's have a look at the other pairs. Gold shooting up. EU shot up. Still going to wait for our entry potentially on AU here. Now target wise for AU, we filled this gap perfectly, filled it all. So I guess could let, okay, AGU's pushing down. Nice, AU's come up into the zone, just first target. Okay, you can see the volatility coming in now. Had a big drop down, bit of a grab there. Ooh, come on, we're nearly at TP1 here. Okay, AU's in the zone. Now I want AU to really come up into here a little bit more. Let's keep GJ a little. No, GJ, we're going to get TP1 soon. Hopefully.
Made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. Won't stop till I hear him say.
Come on.
Again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right. In the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb. A new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things
Still playing around TP1 there. See what we can get. See, and this is why I didn't want to enter here, because there is a chance that this was just gonna, you know, do this rather than actually go down. Rather than go up, sorry. Come on. What's that? Oh.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
Okay, TP1 taken. Lovely. That's great. So what we've done now is stop loss brought to break even. We've taken 80% of the size of the lot off. Okay, so that was a nice about 14 pips or so. So what we're going to do now, obviously stop loss is at break even now. We're going to let our 20% run. We're going to take another 10% off of that 20% or half of off there, and then the rest will bring stop loss to this area and then let the rest run again. So super nice trade there. Shame there's only no one watching. But we're just starting out, and I'm sure that's going to change when people see the results that we do get. Okay, so this is an entry there with AU. I wanted it to just do a little bit more, really. I wanted it to come into the zone just a touch more. We did literally tip into that FBG. We didn't quite hit the full demand, supply zone, sorry. But super nice nonetheless. We didn't need another trade. We got one on GJ. So now we're just going to let GJ fly, really. Zero risk trade now.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would know.
Okay, so EU's coming to the zone. Alright, so we've just got into our fair value gap. It's not the cleanest looking thing because we've got this sort of resistance area here which has really stopped us, and this hasn't been the biggest break of structure. But there's no reason to say that we're not going to fill this wick and fill this fair value gap completely here, although it's not really a fair value gap because we've got orders behind it. This is a fair value gap where we've got a gap between. This isn't so much of a, this isn't a fair value gap here. So let's wait and see.
Told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself.
Alright guys, so we've got a potential another entry here, which I'm definitely going to take if we get it. Yep, there we go. Got our break. Okay, looking nice. We've got a break, a candle high. Stop loss is going to go below the low here. Alright, 10 pips. We're going to go for a 10 pip aim. Okay, and so the reason for this trade, we were waiting for it earlier. We had this demand zone here, 2 huge buying candles, so this zone is very important. Price came back into the 5-minute demand zone earlier and gave us a little sort of idea that this is an interesting zone for us to look at. We did spot this 1-minute fair value gap down here, which is important. Okay, a fair value gap is something that a place where there's only buying orders and they want to potentially fill that area to gain some momentum, and that has happened. Okay, so as you can see, we could have got a 1-minute entry and already been in a fair amount of profit, but there's always a chance that the 1 minute isn't as strong as the 5 minute. So we got our rejection of a nice price action rejection candle wick here. Okay, and we got our break of a candle high, which is our entry signal. So we've followed our rules, we've taken the trade, and yeah, we've put our stop loss just below the low here. I don't feel we need to put the stop loss all the way below here, because if we do come down into here, then we might get stopped out, and then what we might do is look for another entry if we do get another reversal pattern. But we followed our rules, and if you look at our rules to the left here, okay, we've got fine supply demand zone with fair value gap within. We found that. Okay, look for a break of structure. We had a break of structure from this candle here. We broke this high here. wait for the price to fill the fair value gap and zone. We've come down, we filled the fair value gap, and we're back into the zone. And entry on a break of a recent candle low or high. So we got, obviously we're going up here, so we wait for the break of the candle high, and we shot up. So I've just seen also on my MT4 that GJ has gone to break even, which is absolutely fine. We took 80% of our price out here for 14 pips, left 20% run in risk free. We have come up into break even, but that's why we go for this first TP at 1-to-1 and then let things ride. Sometimes we do turn around and come back down, and in this case this could be very true, but that's alright. We got our money, we got our bank, we're going to move on. So now we're just going to watch GU here, sorry not GU, EU here, and go from there. I'm just going to update our trades. So we had oh, it's all going wrong. Oh, so is the trade. GB Jappy 14 pips at TP1. Let's put 14 pips. And there we go. Okay, so we've got our trades in now. We've got GP Jappy. We had our 14 pip winner here. Okay, so now we're just gonna wait and see what we can get with EU. Hopefully we get something. If we don't, we don't. Okay, we do have space for us to keep moving up. I do like the look of it. We have followed our rules, so that is all we can do. Can't do anything but follow the rules. Now, if you did see our live stream 2 days ago, we did a forward testing, because we're back testing live with the replay button. We weren't back testing with software. We're actually trading live through the replay button. So we went and found 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks we had the first week we had 80% profit, 80% correct trades right. 7 out of 10. Okay, so we've got 3 wrong, 7 right. Got a fair value gap here on the 1 minute, which we have come down to retest. So let's see if we can keep this and keep on moving up. Ideally, would have liked this to be broken, this high to be broken before we came into here, but let's see. And again, down in the 1 minute, we've got demand zone here. Okay, so we could react off this demand to keep going up. That would be the ideal scenario. And on week 2, we got a we got 75%. So we got 6 trades out of 8 right. So we got 2 wrong. That was on GU alone. So this trading strategy is very profitable. It's just how the market works. Okay, supply and demand. That's what the market is. You supply the market is demands price. You know, that's literally how it works. So been trying to master this, and if we can keep this going, this is going to be really good. And as I say, this is what I've been working on to set me free, right? Set me, the family free, and we're just gonna work on this until we're earning 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pounds a day. And we're on the way. So we're on the way. But anyway, let's see how this plays out. It's going to be a bit of a long one, I think, because we have got some sideways movement. But I do like the look of the with upholdal. Okay, we're gonna just around break even point now. And as you can see, we're down on that 1 minute chart. We did get a touch into the 1 minute demand and the fair value gap. We filled the fair value gap completely, and now we're pushing up. So that's really nice. So if we can get this fair value gap, sorry, this trade to break this high here, it's another good sign that we're going to keep going up, because we've broken another line of structure. There we go. Oh yes, that's good. Okay, nothing's certain yet. We could always just turn around, come back down, and blast through stop loss. But as I said, we followed our rules. So just go through them again. So we've got this demand area here. Okay, we've got 2 large candles with buying pressure. Okay, bullish candles, showing that this zone is very important for buyers. Look at that. Go on, let's get a TP1. TP1 right here would be amazing. I'm actually going to look to take off 80% anyway now. Get ready for it, because that's looking nice. We'll keep it hold of it. Keep hold of it. So yeah, we got this demand zone. Okay, as you can see here, 5-minute demand, which is this big box. The line in the middle is the 50% mark of the box, and then we went into the lower time frame to look for our fair value gap. Super bro, so you teach me for free? Well, if you join our streams, bro, then you can definitely, you know, look for free. We're going to be here as much as we can, and yeah, you just basically can, if you're up to you, if you want to take our trades. We've had 2 trades today. We've just had one on GJ, which we got our first TP taken, and then we moved our stop to break even. We got stopped out for break even, but we got a nice 14 pips there. And yeah, we're just on EU now, and then I'll just run through the trade setup. So we've got demand zone, 5-minute demand zone with a 1-minute fair value gap there, and we were waiting for price to come back up into the zone, fill the fair value gap, and then get our signal entry, or entry signal should I say, which is a break of this candle's high here. And now, as you can see, we're about 50% into our first TP, and yeah, just looking for price to take that out, really. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Hope you stick around and give a subscribe and a like to the stream. That would be much appreciated. As I say, if you want to hang out and learn for free, this is the place to be, man. So this is always the hard bit of trading, is like, you know, you got so close to the TP and then pulls back a bit, but we're going to close this candle out quite nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is a nice looking candle here because we've closed our body above all these highs, showing that buyers are still in the market. And what I'd prefer to see now is exactly what it's doing, a pull back down. Okay, create a lower bottom wick, the candle will flip and then push on up. See if I can find an example of that happening before. So a bit like this one here. Okay, we've got this big candle up here, we came down, candle flipped and then pushed up, and then we had this upward momentum there, same as this one. Okay, little candle down, it flipped, pushed up, just like that. Look. So we're just waiting for that to come through. If we get our TP1, then what we're going to do is bring our stop loss to break even. In fact, I'm taking this right now. I'm going to change this, put this stop loss to break even 276. Okay, so 80% is taken there. I'm going to take TP1 was there. Alright, because sometimes you just got to take the bag. And then we're running risk free now, and we're going to go for a 1 to 2 with the rest. Oh, look, we would have smashed through it anyway. So we're going to go for our 1 to 2 now. Which is actually just above this high. So we'll go for just below the high. And yeah, awesome trade. So yeah, good day. So let's update the chart. Let's update our trades here. So we got EU and we gained 10 pips. Nice. So we've got 24 pips on the day, which is super nice. We got GJ, as I say, had our reaction off of this supply zone here. We had our fair value gap, which is this little box here on the 1 minute chart. We filled that. We broke. We actually got our entry down here, which we would have been in the trade for quite a while, but we waited for a second break of a candle low, which we got, a third one actually, which we got here. And yeah, we got our nice entry there. And then EU, which is just going up and going up, and hopefully we're going to come up and retest this high, which will give us a nice end to our day. Super Bro, what time do you go live? So usually it depends, because this isn't the only thing I do, but I'm going to try and go live as much as I can in the afternoon for the New York session, and sometimes it will be the London session as well. So that's all dependent, as I say. And what I will do is, if you follow us on Instagram, you can see down the bottom left there at IronFX Invest. I post on there when we go live with enough warning, and also I'll be posting on our Discord, which I've just put in the chat there. If you want to join the Discord, I'll be posting it in the Forex Lounge tab, so you can keep up to date when we go live. We've had a little break, we're back onto it now, we're going to keep this going. We're also going to be posting YouTube videos, so going through the strategy that we use every day, going through mindset stuff, the reason why we're trading, market analysis, whatever else. So appreciate you joining the stream, and we appreciate any support that you can give, whether that's a subscribe or joining the Discord. And yeah, so we've got our TP1 here. Stop losses at break even now, so let's just write a little bit of a note so everyone knows what's going on. So 80% of position size. Taken. Stop is B/E. Alright. So we got risk-free trade running right now. And if we do get up here, then we'll be making 21 pips with a 20% of our initial profit size. Lot size, should I say. So how long have you been training, Akram? How long have you been trading? You been learning, or you've been doing it for a while? And if you have been trading, what kind of trading have you been doing?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm.
3 months from learning. Oh, amazing, man. That's good. How are you finding it so far? It's always super exciting when you just find out about trading. SMC concept trading, I'm still learning. Yeah, okay, cool. So smart money contract is it's a good way to do it, dude. But the one tip I can give you is keep things simple. Okay, don't have too many indicators. I started trading 7 years ago, coming up to 8 years now, I guess. And when I started, I had MACDs, I had moving averages, you name it, tried it all. Had some success, had lots of not success. And then finally, sort of after realizing that that's not the way to do it, well, people can do it and people do make money from it, but for me it didn't fit my personality, because trading is all about finding what fits your personality, whether you're an impatient person, a patient person, a quick fire person. How can I contact you personally? Well, Instagram is the best place. IronFX Invest, it should be down here. If you see down the bottom there, I think I've got my mouse on it. That's probably the best place to give me a DM. And yeah, but basically these trading I'm going to be on here, and as I say, it'll either be live trading on videos or live trading on live streams. I very much stick to this one strategy. I do trade liquidity concepts as well, but that's mostly the weekends on crypto. But there are chances that I'll be looking at those throughout the day on the stream as well. And in fact, we could potentially, after we've got this in the bag, we could look for. Absolutely, man. If you want to join, as I say, if you want to join the Discord and join the streams, that'd be great. Let's have a chat on DMs if you want to do that, because I can teach you this strategy, and hopefully make your while. And the more, and also, you know, check out the videos, because it's you'll get what we're looking at over time for sure. So yeah, no, definitely mentorship is something that I'm about to be launching anyway. It's for free, so well, honestly, to start, because I'm trying to build a community, I'd be more than happy to, you know, chat with you for free and give you some insight and show you the strategy. And yeah, you know, give me a message. You know, also join the Discord, because the Discord's a cool place for us to, you know, post trades, post charts, post your wins, losses if you want to. Not necessarily how much you're making or how much you're losing, but like, you know, how the chart has played out. Yeah, and eventually the Discord will become a paid server, so if you join now, you're going to get in before the paywall comes on, which will be cool. And that's for anyone that's watching right now. You know, the trade, the Discord is going to be free for the next 2-3 months, and then exactly. Amazing. Well, it'd be great to have you in there. It's slowly building up, which is great. So yeah, EU's now just playing a little bit. We've hit the TP1, as I say. We're probably going to get a bit of a pullback and come back up. Sometimes what happens is, now that we've moved our stop to break even. Cheers, bro. That's good. As long as if I'm entertaining you as well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah. So oh, amazing, from India. Nice, man. What time is it over there right now? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. Right, let's have another quick look at. Okay, so this is. Let's put that there. Let's have another look at what's going on here. Okay, so we missed one on. Missed a nice one here. A really nice one. So let's run through this trade real quick, so I can give you literally what we're looking at. 8:30 p.m. here. Nice. So this is gold, okay, and we missed this because we're preoccupied with the other trade, but that's just what happens sometimes. So we've got a new trend, well, actually not a new trend site. We've had consolidation for a while, okay, and then we've now got this upward trend beginning, and then this area here is super interesting, because what we've got here is a huge amount of buying pressure, which has pushed price up quite a lot. Okay, and in fact, price is pushed up for nearly 0.5%. Okay, 720 points. So this area right here, these two blue candles, you can refine it and have it on one blue candle there, which, you know, is fine. But I sometimes like to have the two candles there just to give a little bit of analysis room. Now look, what can you see here, right? We can see price came into the zone, which created this large buying amount of pressure, and then reacted, okay, almost perfectly to the point right at the bottom there. Sometimes it doesn't go to the bottom, sometimes it just comes in a very little bit, but we came straight in. So what we're going to do is we're drawing our fib here, which just shows me the halfway point of the box. I'll put it in the chat right now, actually, it's probably easier. There you go. So if you look for that on Instagram, you should see the logo on the picture, and everyone there. So yeah, had that interesting move into there. So what I used to do is take just this alone as my entry system. Where do I get? Where do you get? I don't understand, sorry. But if we go down to the lower time frames, okay, we've got a fair value gap. Now, a fair value gap is an area where we've only got one type of order, okay, happening, and that is buying orders, okay, because all we've done from this point to this point is create buying orders. This is a gap in the market where there's been no selling orders, and usually the market makers want to come and fill those gaps in, or at least enter those gaps to add market orders to then push up. So this, for me, now creates a even higher opportunity for us to bounce off of this zone, because we're going to come in and fill that fair value gap. There aren't any below really. There's a little one there, a very little one just here, but not really, and this isn't a very strong demand compared to this one. So price came in, we filled that gap, okay, and then our entry signal, as you can see on our rules down here, is a break of a candle high. So when we're going long, we're waiting for the break of the candle high, which is just here. Our stop loss would have gone below the zone because of this huge wick here, and we would have gone for our first TP of 1 to 1, which is there, which is a nice 272 pips, which is about 27 pips compared to, you know, the smaller Forex pairs, okay? So 270, it's about 27, let's say. And there you go, that's a really nice trade, right? So we would have got TP1 on that one. Stop loss would have been moved to break even now, and we would have gone for 1 to 2, which, would we have got that? Oh, hold on. The 1 to 2 is just there. So we would have just missed the 1 to 2, but probably would have micromanaged that and taken the profit already. So that's another example of literally same thing that's just happened here, right? We've got buyers, we've got a 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, the fair value gap can show itself on the 5 minute, the 3 minute, or the 1 minute, it doesn't matter. And then we came in, filled the gap, filled the zone, broke our candle high, and we entered the market. So that's what we're looking at, right? Exactly the same thing that happened here. 5 minute demand zone, 5 minute fair value gap. Price came into the zone, filled the gap. We broke a candle high to show that buyers are still coming out of this zone. We just go with the market flow, baby. Again, similar thing that we did on GJ earlier. Okay, supply zone, a little bit of a messy one. Okay, I tend to not like it when there's a big gap between the supply zone and here. I prefer it when it's very close. Okay, but this one just looked too good to miss. So we had that 5 minute demand zone, fair value gap, came up, filled the fair value gap. We could have entered actually here. Okay, so if we had entered in that first rejection, stop loss would have been just above the high, and yeah, we go for our 1 to 1, which is there. We would have still got a nice winning trade there, but we came in a little bit late. We saw this already building up, saw a break of this candle low here to show selling pressure again from the zone, and we got our sell. So yeah, another example was here. Okay, so we've got this 4 candles of bullish buying pressure. Alright, and then before that we've got our blue candles here. Okay, so we're going to draw that in. Okay, so this is our demand zone. So demand goes up, supply comes down. My man, he's in. Nice to welcome you aboard, dude. So if you keep checking out what I'm going through here, because this is literally, it's super simple. Keeping trading simple is important. Okay, you don't always get the highest risk to reward with this, but the amount of times it works is far higher than some of the smart money SMC stuff, because the SMC stuff, you've got a very high reward. My man, I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. That is really cool. But yeah, this works at about 75 to 80% of the time. Okay, I like these pairs here. The first top 4 are my favorite, and then the top 2 here, these 2 here are my second favorite. I just have these for reference. I don't really trade these ones much. Okay, so I just run through this one because again, it appears all the time, especially during the London and the New York session. So demand zone. Okay, this candle here, indecision candle, is the beginning of demand. Demand was met. Okay, the market got given all of this move here. Now to make a move this amount, you know, you or I couldn't do this. This is millions and millions of dollars worth of movement just to make these 5 candles go up like that. Okay, so there's big money, or whales if you want to call them that, in this zone, which shows that buyers reside here. Okay, so when price came back in, we're going to look for a fair value gap, see if we've got one in this zone. So we don't have one because this low here and this high here meet, so this isn't a fair value gap. This isn't a fair value gap because we've got a candle behind it. So we've got no fair value gaps here. That's fine. You don't always need one, but they do help to to give confluence. So simple stuff, big buying pressure, breaking all this structure to the left. Okay, so what do? We look for our entry, which is a break of a candle high. So we broke this candle's high, and then we put our stop loss just below the zone here, I'd say today, going for that first 1-to-1, which is 17 pips. Okay, so 17 pips, that's all you need in a day. If you've got a large enough account and account size, 17 pips just once a day. You know, if you can afford to put £1 or $1 or whatever moves on, that's £174. If you got enough for $10, that's $1,700 in this small move here. You're done for the day, right? We're not quite there yet, but we're getting on our way there. And yeah, we got our first target. This is a good example of, we would have brought our stop loss to break even here, and we would have got stopped out for break even before pushing up. But that doesn't matter because we've won and we can move on. We don't care if the market keeps going without us. We just keep on trading. Am I using a fund account? So I actually have a Forex Funds accelerated account which I use. Okay, and that basically allows you to have hold on a second, let me just get this up for you. Basically allows you to get an instant live account, which allows you to earn 50% profit. What's going on here? I'm just trying to get you a link so I can show you. Gets you a 50% profit split on all the profits you earn, and every time you make 10% on the account, they'll double the size of the account. So it's a really good way of low risk and potential high reward. Okay, I've just started a new challenge, so what I'm doing in this challenge is going from the $2,000 account, which I think is around $100 to buy, and then I'm going to try and scale it all the way up to the $400,000 account, which is obviously a very big challenge, but it's one that you know what I'm gonna take on. So today has been a really good. We've made I think 3% today. 3% of that 10 today that we need. So it's a really nice start. So there we go. What do you suggest me to go for, fund or own money account? So the funded account, it depends how much money you're going to put in. Like, you can put in $100 and you know, make a few bits and bobs here and there. That's great. It depends on how much leverage your broker uses. I don't know what broker you use, although I'd imagine you'll be able to get up to 500 leverage, which would be great. The funding account, like that, the website I just sent there, they have some great options, you know, super cheap options. Basically, the first starting account for the accelerated program, the $2,000, costs $99, and you can only lose $99 on that account. If you lose that $99 on that account, which is 5% of $2,000, then the account's wiped out and you'd have to start again. But if you, as I say, scale up to 10% on that account, so making $200, so 10% of 2,000, you'll get a 50% payout, so you get $100, and then you also get to they'll also scale you up to $5,000. So it's kind of like a bit of a challenge, and then obviously if you keep making that 10%, you can stay consistent. They'll scale you all the way up to $400,000, and all you need to make on that is 90%, technically. So it's 9 stages to get there. Make 90% on an account, and yeah, need to take you up to 400,000. So it's totally up to you. I would, because you've just started and you're 3 months in, you know, start low and work your way in. Do not go big, because you know it's so easy to go big and then get sent home at start. So before, like, you go big, just definitely play on demo account. Play around with you know, what kind of trading you want to do, and then start small. You know, for me, learning to trade, I never really, I never paid for any courses, never had a mentor. I've just done it all through trial and error. Lots of demo trading, lots of back testing, lots of losing money, and now finally, after the last couple of years, been actually like beginning to make money with this, because I decided not to spend any money on education for it, which is, you know, one way to do it. But realized that, you know, what I've learned and what I've gone through is something that I can now like provide to other people through this live stream and other means. So, but yeah. Anyway, how's EU doing? So EU's doing pretty good. We did push up a little bit more. We're back to about where we were a second ago. And actually, what you can see happening is we've got another demand zone setting up. Okay, so let me see if I can. Bro, suggestion to you is make that song sound a little bit low. Can't hear your voice clear. Okay, thanks for that, man. I'm always struggling with the levels. Let me see if I can turn that down now. There we go. Thank you for that. I did try and test it at the beginning and I thought it sounded alright, but sometimes these songs get a bit louder. Appreciate the advice there, man. Where are we? Yeah, we got another demand zone setting up. Potential. Amazing. So yeah, we got this area here. Now I don't really want to delete everything, so I'm going to go to the other zone. Let's go to this one. So this is actually our trade from this morning. Okay, which I can run through with you in a minute. This is in the London session. I didn't film or have this one on stream. I was actually in bed when this one came through. Do I have any partner with trading where I'm from? I'm currently in London, so I live in London, right in the middle of it. Do I have any partner? I don't understand what you mean by that one. So let's have a look at what we got lining up now. We got a nice demand zone, another demand zone setting up. Okay, so the demand zone that we had down here that we then broke out from, we've got another one setting up with fair value gaps right there. You have friends together trading. Do I have friends trading together? Do you know? To be honest, I don't have. I have a couple of friends that sort of they're in the financial world, but they don't trade. So we talk about it quite a bit. But I'm sort of like the only one of my friends that trade. So I'm a bit of a loner in that sense. Last 7 years has just been me and myself in my room, in the office. I try and talk to it with some of my friends, and they don't care, or they just don't understand it. But they will understand it when I can help them make some money. Some of them are starting to come around now. It's starting to realize that it's not a bad thing. So this is a good area that we could potentially come back up into. Obviously, I'd like price to keep on pushing up because our actual stop TP's up here, and if we come back down, we're going to go break even. But just as an analysis wise, we got this big buy-in candle here, so this is a demand zone. We had our initial demand zone, which we took our trade from. You're trading with a job? I'm asking because I'm still a student, didn't get to. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I've got a job as well. I'm a personal trainer as my other job, so I train people to stay fit, go to the gym. But this is something that I just have done by the side in the evenings, and yeah, just in between sessions. So just kind of, if you're a student, obviously you're going to be busy, but you have time to trade, I guess, and time to learn. Put aside 2 hours every evening if you can, 3 hours every evening to take in some information. Just look at the charts as well. Like, just looking at these charts is the best thing you can do, because at the end of the day, you need to look at them to to learn them. You have a lot of time, yet still wasting. Well, you know, you're a student, man. Enjoy it. I assume you're still pretty young. I'm 30, gonna be 31 in a few months, so I'm sure you're a bit younger than me. So you got plenty of time to enjoy yourself, dude. But you know, I started this when I was 23. I found this out when I was 23 by a friend, and he was saying that, you know, this is a good thing that you should do. He actually gave up after about 6 months, but I never gave up. And yeah, 7 years later, I'm still here. So yeah, but anyway, EU is setting up for another potential demand zone here. So we're setting alert. But if we do come down to here, then we're going to be stopped out for break even on our other trade, which is fine because we could look for another re-entry, which I don't like enjoying. I like to work hard. Yeah, good, man. That's good. You know, partying and wasting time, like, you know, out drinking and stuff is no good for anyone. It's not good for you, not good for your mental state, not good for your bank balance or your liver. I don't know if you drink or not, but it's yeah, working hard and staying focused is good. Working hard, staying focused, staying fit. Got matured at young. I'm 21. Nice, man. Nice. Yes, you got plenty of time to learn this, dude. Yeah, I don't drink or blah blah because I'm brilliant. Well, that makes sense. Good for you. I've got lots of Muslim friends, and yeah, awesome. Especially like the non-drinking side. Like I've always been a drinker, but certainly in the last sort of like 3 or 4 years, been cutting down because the British culture is very much on the weekends to drink lots of beer and go to the nightclub or go to the bar or the pub. So yeah. But it's no good for you, so don't start. I know you won't, but don't start. Right, so let's have a look at the NAS, shall we? See if we've got anything going on NASDAQ. Because bro, you're damn my man. Right, so we've had a good day, really. We've had our two trades. Yeah, man, bro, cut it down. Yeah, going for it, dude. Going for it. I don't drink during the week ever. It's just at the weekend sometimes, you know, friends come around. Yeah, but yeah, it's no good. Right, so US 30, we've got a demand zone lining up. Okay, so this is a good example, right? Let's go into teaching mode real quick. So this zone here, this blue candle, is a demand zone, right? Because what happened, we had huge buy-in pressure from this zone. Okay, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large buying candles, which shows buyers reside in this area between 3760 and about 3700 really. Okay, so this is on the 3-minute chart, this one. So let's go to the 5. So we've got 3 large buying candles. So if we can now look for our fair value gap, so we've got one here, okay, so this area here on this candle, we've got no candle behind or no candle in front, so it's just a clean candle right there. So we go to the 1 minute, see if we can find any more. So in this zone, this is the only one that we can get, right? And even on the 1 minute, it's still there, but it's a little bit more for real. I don't have any friends. Really, only me from morning to night. So I decided to do something alone. So I choose trading. It's amazing, man. You know, friends are overrated sometimes. Be a Sigma. You know, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your own company, and be a one-man band. But yeah, no, choose trading, dude, because trading, although it's a hard way to learn, it's a hard thing to learn. It can really, you know, it can set you free, right? This is the whole reason why I started it, and realized that although I enjoy my job as a personal trainer, I just know that this is you know, creating a point of life for me where I can do what I want when I want, because I put so much time in to learn the reasons why things happen. So keep it going, man. Keep it going, and I'd like to see you in more streams and in the Discord. It would be great. So yeah, US30's got a setup here. Okay, so we obviously nothing to do yet. We've got to wait for price to come back up into this zone. We'll come back down into this zone, fill this 3-minute fair value gap. So let's just make some notes here. 5-min demand zone. Okay, and then we've got a zoom in a bit. Got a 3-minute fair value gap just there. All right. So if we can, if we see price come back up into the zone, then we could look for buys. Now, US30 is not one I trade much. Do I trade stocks? No, I never trade any stocks. I just focus on indices, which is US30, the NAS 100, and the S&P 500. Okay, just a quick rundown. I don't know if you know, but they are exchanges of, say, 30, 100, or 500 different companies in different areas of the world, mostly the States. And they're just basically a cumulative data of all their sort of earnings. So they're very volatile, and they're good things to trade, especially for supply and demand. I don't tend to trade US30 a whole lot. NAS 100 seems to be my favorite, or my best performing indice. But other than that, it's just foreign exchange and Bitcoin, crypto at the weekends. I don't mind looking at crypto at the weekends. I don't look at it too much during the week because there's just so much going on with the others. I just try and keep what I'm looking at like a small amount, because otherwise, you know, looking at too many things can just confuse you and it just gets a bit crazy. Yeah, so we got let's have a look at this. So you can see here NAS, this is the other day. Okay. We've got large buying pressure up, but then we've got this huge selling pressure down. Okay. So we've got you want me to look at, I'll look at US CAD for you. Yeah, let's have a look. You think selling? Let's have a look. What time you come live? I came live today at around 1:30. I think. Yeah, been about 2 o'clock actually. Been live for an hour and a half. Usually this will be the time that I come live, but my days are always different, so I can't fix a schedule at the moment. For example, tomorrow, it's likely that I'll be live from 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. UK time, and then I might come back on live about 3:30, 4 o'clock UK time tomorrow. I will be going live Saturday as well for a crypto stream. Oh yeah, Indian. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at that, shall we? So, oh, we've got no music. Where's the music gone? Finished up. Let's go for this one. I don't mind this one. This one's alright. 2 seconds. I'll just check for you. Does India have the same time zone everywhere? So 9. So let's do tomorrow. 9:30 a.m. UK time in India. So tomorrow, 9:30 UK time is about 3 o'clock. 9:30 in the morning for me is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you. And then the afternoon stream, which would be about 4 o'clock, I guess would be a bit later for you because it would be sort of like 10 o'clock for you. Yeah, about 9:30 in the evening for you. So, yeah. USD CAD, yeah, it certainly is in a selling motion right now. There's no setups for me exactly, although what we have got going on is bro, I got it is 5 hours difference. Yeah, nice. You're 5 hours ahead. So what's interesting is below here, look, we've got all these fair value gaps, right? It's almost like a massive fair value gap basically from here to here. So all there is in this area is buying orders, and as you can see, when we've had it once before, price likes to come and fill that in. Okay, they always like to fill the gaps in. All right, so we've got this gap here, we filled it in a little bit. We've got this big gap here, they filled it in. Got this gap here, they filled it in. This gap still needs to be filled in. When we had this gap, okay, big selling pressure, they came and filled it in. All right, so this gap at some point from here to here needs to be filled in, but then also we've got these gaps here. So I'm not saying that price is just now going to continue down through. Yeah, that's it, fills all the imbalances, right? Fair value gaps, imbalances, same thing. So yeah, definitely selling is probably a higher bias right now, but I feel that we're probably going to have a pullback before we come down. But this could happen before the end of the week for sure. This is only a 3 hour period of time here, so but I reckon it will. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. What's going on? Yeah, so the 4 hour, this is definitely, you know, my bias on USD CAD is bearish for sure, because we've got our zone here. Okay, so this is a demand zone on the 4 hour, you see, so huge buying pressure out of this zone. Price is likely going to come back, then we'd be looking for buys up. I usually only trade the 5 minute chart though, but demand zones happen, they happen everywhere. Okay, you know, even on the 4 or 5 minute chart, even there's one here, look, demand zone. In 5 minutes I can have any sell. Are you saying on the 5 minute chart is there any sale, or in 5 minutes you're gonna sell? Five-minute chart. Yeah, so the 5 minute chart, let me just get rid of everything so I can so we have broken some structure. I would be looking for, not just yet, for me, because of my system, I'm not selling here. There's nothing for me to do here. I'd look for price to come either into this area or ideally this area. Is that lower time frame? Can I try any sell? So this is a 5 minute chart. I wouldn't sell just yet. I mean, you could, personally I wouldn't sell. I don't, you know, we're overextended for a while. We've had this little pullback which actually did break some structure. So this would have been a failed demand zone here, because we broke through it. So I think that we are going to keep going down on this, but for the next like hour or two we could potentially have a pullback. Well, at least for me anyway. Like, you know, you make your own decisions, but I'd be looking for price to come into this supply zone personally before I look for a sell. So I'm gonna look for a fair value gap. Don't have any fair value gaps up here, but we do have one here on this zone. So I'd wait for price personally to come into this area, fill this gap, and then maybe look for a sell entry, which we may well do. So, you know, price is pushing up into that area. So let's see if we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's see what we got going on. How's EU doing? All right, so EU's pushing nice. Let's go back to our position. Getting close to our full TP here. Okay, so this is a super nice trade. Super stoked on this one because it was a bit of a mess. We managed to clear out the mess and find the entry, and yeah, we were patient. Patience is the biggest thing that I've struggled with because I'm an impatient guy. So I like skateboarding. I've skateboarded for 20 years since I was 10, and I like extreme sports. So in extreme sports, it's, you know, high risk sport, right? You know, you got to take risks to learn and get better. So taking risks in trading, it's never been something that I've struggled with. So sometimes I've been not patient enough because I don't mind taking the risk, whereas in the last like 2 years I've had to learn to really become patient and not take as many risks, because in this thing you don't get to land a cool trick. You do get a cool amount of money if you take the right risk, but if you take the wrong risk all the time, you just lose money, and then that just becomes depressing. So patience is a big thing, and we were patiently waiting from this candle for everything to line up. We could have entered here, but we waited for our entry here, and yeah, so far it's been working out quite nicely. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my stop loss underneath here now, just because then we've locked in some profit, and it's a gain, it's a win-win, because we've made a new high. This is the low, so I don't anticipate price necessarily coming out to break this low again. I think we might come down, create a new higher low, and then keep pushing up. So we're going to move stop loss to 5342. I think I put it on that IronFX Invest, right up the top there. That's the only one I'm going to give out for now, bro. I won't give out my personal one, just because for now, just going to put on here. What I might do from time to time though is throw on some skateboarding stories and stuff on the IronFX one, just to show the fun stuff. But for now, I'm going to keep my personal one. We're about 1,000 subs. How you live on YouTube? Oh, so you can go live as soon as you open a an account. You don't need to have 1,000 subs to go live. You need 1,000 subs to monetize your channel to get money from ads and stuff. But you don't need it for to go live. I think that kind of used to be a thing or something like that, but yeah, no, you don't. Okay, really nice push up here. Can we smash through? Always tempted to got a nice fair value gap here. Right, moving the stop again. Gonna move it up a little bit more. It's not much point really. Don't. So yeah, basically full TP there. I've now moved my stop loss below here to 5404. We've got a new higher low there. Because, whatevs. I could take all TP now, but we're just going to leave it. It's 20% running. We'll still make 13 pips on that 20%, which is really nice. Oh yeah, so you did, dude. I've got you. You can see that. Appreciate the follow, man. Very much appreciate the support. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I'm super stoked that you stuck around, man. And hopefully you can learn something. Or hopefully you will learn something. Right, let's have a little search around again, see what we can find, see if there's anything going on now that we've had a bit of time passed. Yeah, so that trade there, that would have been a really nice trade on gold. We missed it because we were focused on our other trade here. But it's nice to see that, our setup's working, even if we don't get it. let's have a look. Go back onto. I haven't heard a alert yet, so let's have a look at USD CAD again. Am I married? No, I have a fiance though. I do have a fiance, so not married yet. How about yourself? I can't imagine you're married just yet, but you could be. So USD CAD still playing a little bit of sideways movement. Be nice for price to come back up into this zone. Oh, look at that. So close. So close. What's today's profit? Today's profit is decent. We made, as I say, I'm not going to say the amounts because I like to keep the money private for now. But let's just say that we've made on our private account a nice amount. We made 3% on the private account today. And on the Forex funds, which we actually started yesterday, we are up by, from this morning as well. So remember, this is it's a $2,000 account. Okay, we can only risk 5%, which is $100. And today we made $38 today. $38.26 to be precise. So not a bad first day on the account. We're trying to make $200 on this one to then scale up. Because I have both the funded account and then also a private sort of my own money account. The funded account is a challenge. I want to challenge myself to, as I say, to scale up through the challenges. The good thing about, I'll just go back onto the Forex funds thing. The good thing about Forex funds is that you can so let me just have a look. When you, so say for example at the end of this week, so tomorrow, let's say I make another £20 or whatever tomorrow, $20 or whatever, and I make $50. I can take that $25 out, or that $50 out, should I say. They'll keep 50% because it's a 50% profit share, which is fine. Like, that's not too bad considering it's an instant live account. And then that, just because I've taken it out doesn't mean that it doesn't still count towards the 10%. So I can still take the money out, and then still, even if I come back down to $2,000 for next week, my account will still measure that I'm already up still by let's say, I don't know, 5 or 6% on the 10% that I need. So so yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we're on 4% gain today, which is a great day. 4% gain is you know, 4% gain on a $100,000 account is pretty good. It's pretty good. What is that? That's why is my math so bad right now? $4,000, yeah. So 4% on a 100 grand account, it's a $4,000 day. But we've made 38, well, 3.8%. We made $38 instead of $3,800 on that one. That's the thing. Got to really work in percentages, and you know, if you can get the percentages high. $100,000. How about, sorry, $1,000? No. So what I'm saying is, on a $100,000 account, that would be great. So my story 7 years ago, I started trading. A friend of mine decided to start trading. He was getting signals from a guy that was selling them on WhatsApp. The guy didn't know what he was doing, and I think he'd only been trading for a few months anyway. So I decided, you know, screw it. I think it was like £100 for a month or £50 for a month or whatever. So I thought I'd try it. Realized that the guy was terrible, and decided that, hey, I can do this on my own. Right, oh, we got an alert for USD CAD. So the USD CAD's come into our zone. So we'll keep an eye on USD CAD now for the rest of the day. Yeah, so I decided that, hey, if other people can learn this, then I can learn it. It was my first sort of introduction to it, and realizing that it was, you know, accessible to everyone. You didn't have to go to Wall Street or the London Stock Exchange to trade. So yeah, I picked it up and dived in. Started with binary options, which in the UK now are illegal. Well, not illegal, they're banned. I think illegal is probably, I guess they are illegal. And binary options are slightly different to this type of trading. Okay, we got a nice push up through. Just filled this fair value gap on the 1 minute chart. We do have a fair value gap just above here, which we might fill. But I don't think we had any FVGs in the top supply zone. Yeah, you know about binaries? Yeah, so they're still very big in America, and other places which still allow them. But in the UK they got banned because they were too close to or too similar to gambling. So the financial authority didn't like it. So yeah, it started a bit of that, and then found this type of trading. And as I say, I started trading, you know, the usual trend lines, support and resistance, MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, you name it. I'd have like 5 different things on my chart, all trying to look at what lines up where, and if this happens and this happens, does that mean it goes down, and whatever. And I'd say for about 2 or 3 years was working my way through the indicators, having some success, having some not great success. Bearing in mind at this point, I'm never putting loads of money in, because I heard so many horror stories of friends that put in like 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand and lost it all in a week. Like, you know, that just isn't me. I'm not about to do that. So I've kept it low, I've built it up and worked from a low amount and slowly built up, and that's kind of what I found has worked best for me. Yeah, indicators are delayed as well, so they're just kind of, you know, it just becomes a mess. But I do still see people online that are having good success with indicators. You know, if you can master one, then fine. But you know, the only indicator that I potentially use, and it's not even one that really is made by this guy. It's called FVG. It's made by Nephew Sam, and if I turn it on, it just shows me where the current fair value gaps are without me having to draw them in. So it's not really an indicator, it's more of a tool. This is just so I can see when New York and London Open is. Just a random one that I have, not that I really need that. So yeah, all I use is price action and then my boxes, and that's it. And that's all I need. The only other tool that I do like is the volume profile tool, which shows me where the highest amount of volume is in a specific move. So at the moment it's down here. There's also a high volume cluster here and a high volume cluster here. So so yeah, but yeah, so after that started looking at price action. Had about a year where I kind of fell off it a bit. Any simple strategy or lesson you can explain now? This one I've been showing you all day, honestly. For me, you know, everyone's different, but for me this is the one that best suits what I'm trying to do. You know, you saw the results of the US EU trade. You know, this strategy right here, and the one that we're actually waiting for to line up right now, this works. It's simple, it's easy to spot, you know, it's easy to find a supply zone. We've got a supply zone here which broke this structure. We've also got the the origin supply zone here. So it's that one's the easiest one, but the simple lesson would be just learn price action, right? Keep it simple. Make your rules up. Like I've got my rules on the screen at all times, so I can keep looking at them down here in the bottom. You know, find a supply and demand zone with fair value gap within. Look for a break of structure from that fair value gap, I should say, from that demand zone. So this is a supply zone. We had a break of structure, so we've got the first two ticked off, right? Wait for fair value gap to get filled. We've got the third one ticked off because we filled the fair value gap. And now all we're doing really is waiting for our entry, which would be a break of a candle low. So if this candle closes and then we break this candle's low, then we'd enter the market with a stop loss above here. And because of all the gaps below, it is, you know, it's a quite an interesting trade. We could target down to this area here on the left. So yeah, you can see that this is rejecting. This area is rejecting. So it's it's one that we're looking for, and it's one that that's discount price order block. Yeah, right. Yeah, you get it. You've been looking at the ICT stuff and SMC exactly. So yeah, we'll wait for this order block to, or supply zone, or whatever you want to call it. There's different ways, different names. But if this candle closes with this wick and we get a break, then I'll enter the market. I'll go for it. I'll enter it just above this fair value gap here. The stop loss just above here. It'll be the last trade of the day though for me, because it's getting late in the afternoon. If it plays out. Have you made any trades today? Are you trading today, or just hanging out? Oh, nice, man. Sounds good. Bit of studying, bit of trading. Now, I've had such a good day. I would trade. I am looking at potentially trading this, but actually, I'm just gonna look at. We could get stopped out here on EU. We haven't just yet. Oh no, we did get stopped out. Yeah, oh yeah. I had a stop loss was here, wasn't it? Yeah, so we got stopped out. Look at how close we were from our TP there. We got stopped out though, and we made an extra. It was 13 pips, so we can actually change this here from 10 pips to 13 pips. That's the specifics on there. So it's a 27 pip day. Not in the New York session at least, or on live. This morning we made 32 pips on the private account, which was nice. In the London session. MT4 or 5? MT4. MT4. Never used MT5. Never really ordered USD any chance of buy. Well, potentially, because AUSD and USD CAD tend to be opposite correlating. So if CAD's going down, ORD's going up, as you can see. They're very opposite looking charts right now. But nothing for me to buy at the moment. I would be waiting for price to come down to this huge demand zone. So this is a 5-minute chart. There's a demand zone down here, so unless price comes down to this zone, there's nothing for me to do. we've got a fair value gap in there as well on the 1 minute. Have we got any on the 3 minute? No. Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, this is nice. This is a big zone. It's a nice big zone. What we got going left as well. Yeah, we've still got room for expansion to the upside as well. So price would be nice on that. It's another GU one, AU one, which we should have held, but we were out and about, so we only took 6-7 pips on this one. But in hindsight, should have held this one. But there we go. But again, supply zone, sorry, demand zone. Price did the usual thing. But yeah, no, I'd be waiting for price to come here and then fill this fair value gap before I do anything. USD CAD is still sort of mucking about, although we've just filled this fair value gap here, so we still could look for our sells if need be. Tired. So I'm probably going to be trading for another sort of 20 minutes or so. Sorry, streaming for another 20 minutes or so, because I'm going to go to the gym, and then I've got a couple of sessions this evening, and then this evening I'm going to either come back on for a live for a back test stream, or I'm going to make some content. Yeah, I bet you get sleep, man. It's only 4 in the afternoon here, and I'm feeling a bit tired. It must be half nine for you over there right now. Okay, so this zone didn't hold. Okay, the supply zone hasn't held. It's not completely written off yet, because we could wick down back into the zone because we've just filled this fair value gap or imbalance. But if price comes up to here, I'd be happy to look for sales as well. Okay, so this is still valid. We actually closed within the zone, and we filled this fair value gap, the last one of this leg. GJ is flipped now to sell. I'd actually say this is a buy at the moment. This is a demand zone, and this is an entry. I'm not going to enter this, but I'll draw it in. I'm not going to enter this on any account. I'll draw it in there. There's a potential buy there. We got demand zone, breaking structure, no fair value gap. So, are you looking at 5-minute flip? Yeah, I don't see a 5-minute flip there. Let's put that there. See, yeah, for me, there's a buy. Not necessarily long-term buy. It does look very kind of bearish, but the price action and what's going on here is indicating to me otherwise. But Could be wrong, you know. I wouldn't take this trade. I haven't analyzed it enough, and it's not. Yeah, that's why I put not entered there, just so we can see if it would have played out or not. We'll come back to that. Let's keep an eye on this one. Oh, got an entry. We actually do have an entry here. We just missed it. We could enter now to get a better risk to reward. I'm gonna go for a half position size here because I'm happy with the results I got. I don't really want to lose anymore. Oh, I don't want to lose. I haven't lost anything today actually. So actually no, I got one wrong. Not on stream. Not convinced at the moment. So this all it is just to show me when the London midnight is, so I know when each day. So when I'm back testing, I can just go back, and I know that. So it just shows me where all the days are from midnight at midnight on each day from the UK, or I can turn on so then I have midnight from New York as well. But it's just for when in the evenings when I'm back testing, I can just go back and I know that a day starts here, and then I can just because what I do when I back test is I take the chart away, I zoom up, and I just zoom back like randomly, and then I'll randomly stop on a day, and then I'll get the replay tool out, and I'll start it at midnight, and I'll go back down to the price, and then I don't know what's going to happen throughout the day at all, so it's all brand new, you know. Same as like trying to simulate real life trading as much as possible. So it's not an indicator, it's really just like a tool, I guess. What indicates the time of day. And then I've got the other one here. This is the Asian session, so it just tells me when the Asian session and what happened there. From time to time I like to look at that just so I can get a good cutoff. Again, another time tool. And the other one up here, the one I showed you earlier, is just the fair value gap one, or imbalance tool. It just draws them in so I can just see them easier without having to draw them in myself. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't enter here. If this breaks this low, then I'll be more confident to enter. It does look quite nice though, but still. Let's have a look at that GJ. Oh, GJ's turning. Yeah, or did you enter a trade? Got a nice entry there on the 1 minute, to be fair. No break of this structure here. Little fair value gap filled. I'm going to hold out for a bit. GU's definitely going down. Again, another reason why I didn't want to enter that. But we haven't gone yet. We could be just testing this 1 minute demand here. or we're gonna just power through. Let's see. It's getting a bit late in the day as well for me. I don't like to trade much after 4 o'clock. I like the morning, and I like just after the 2:30 volatility. Ugh. Not much going on. AU's slowly making its way downtown. So I will be coming off stream in a minute, probably in the next 10 minutes. I just want to see how USD CAD plays. But what I will do is keep an eye on all these, and if I feel that there is an entrance later on in the day, and I'll either video it or I'll post it on Instagram and then Discord. Yeah, GJ flatted through, so it was a nice little flip there, he said. But glad we didn't enter that. As I say, not yeah, it was a nice little move there going round. Right, come on, USD CAD. What you doing? Yeah, just playing around too much for me. I'll trade anything if I see what's going on. I just try and keep my list a little bit lower, a little bit less than. See, I've got all these here, which I do have a look through. These are all my all the pairs that I have traded or am willing to trade. But I don't trade much. This is my list really that I only really trade because they work the best for my strategy. But EJ, yeah, could look at that. You know, I've had some stuff drawn out in the past, I can see. Got a trade there that actually would have gone quite well. Got demand zone. 5 minute. Oh, it's a 3 minute demand. Still got 5 minute demand zone. Got a very miniature fair value gap there. And yeah, we had our entry. We got our entry on the 5 minute. We did. Probably wouldn't have got our 1-to-1 actually. Let's have a look. If we were very accurate with our entry. Nah. Oh yeah. Nah, we wouldn't have got it. Or maybe just about. But nah. That's why I like to trade the ones I like to trade more, because sometimes they just don't work out that well. Yeah, he'll go down. So it is. It's nice. Yeah, we were like flying off that resistance again that we had drawn in. Sorry, supply zone. That's nice. Are you in the trade? Okay, all this is invalid now. Right, so let's see if we can get a potential entry off of this supply zone here. I feel like these two are going to do the similar thing. AU is coming down into that area. And then GU's looking nice. Let's get rid of this. I've got a picture. Oh no, I'll take a picture of this from earlier this morning. Alright. Yeah, if you got in that GJ trade, whatever it was, I didn't quite see the flip, but yeah, as I say, we're looking for different things, I think. Very precise signals. So what I'm going to be doing soon is posting, when I see a setup come up, I'm going to be posting it in the Discord. But this isn't going to be just yet. And also, obviously, with the live trading, like obviously you joined after a signal. But, you know, if I were to enter on the market, that would technically be, you know, you could trade what I'm trading. That's up to you, though. This isn't, you know, I'm not giving financial advice. It's purely for educational purposes. Excuse me, I can't stop yawning. But yeah. So not necessarily signals as such. But we've got this nice looking setup. We've got 2 setups coming up. 3 setups coming up. We got one on GU. GJ, as you said, that's pushed down, so there's nothing for me on there. There's a nice little catch you had there, though, bro, if you've got that. AU coming down to supply zone, demand zone here with fair value gap. EU potentially could be doing the same, but I don't like the look of it as much as the others. And AU, sorry, UC, USD CAD, is currently in supply zone. We could potentially get a sell here, but I'm not sure. Okay, another 5 minutes. See how these play out, and then I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna dip out, go to the gym. Right, I'm gonna be right back. It won't be long. I'll be like 2 minutes. Just gonna go to the toilet. Oh man, it's super cold here in the UK at the moment. I'm back. It's about 1 degree outside right now. 1 degree. It's gonna be -4 tonight in London. It's cold. Okay, anything changed? No. GU's flying up a bit. Here also so much. Oh really? Is it cold? What temperature is it there? Do you live in the north or the south of India, or in the middle, or whereabouts? I suppose the north would be colder than the south. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice 5-minute order block there. Strong 3-minute candle into it though. Nothing of interest though for me at the moment on there. I'm not going to trade that. I don't really like the look of this, really, because this actually was a break of structure here. Push down. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Dum ba dum. Lunch over. Yeah, I had lunch a bit earlier. It's 4:15 here. So I'm just gonna have some water and then head out to the gym. I guess you had dinner. Yeah, it's also getting late in the day, so we're just in the New York. Although it's still only 11:15 in New York, so there's still plenty of time to go. Amazing, dude. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the support, and like, great to chat to you, man. Yeah, love to see you here tomorrow. Have a good night, and yeah, turn the notifications on, because that will obviously like keep you aware. But I will put it in Discord and on Instagram when I go live. So see you then, man. Thanks for joining, and good luck. My man. Love it. Love it. Alright, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Yeah, right. So chat. Anyone else who's lurking? I'm gonna start to call that the end of this stream, or at least the stream for me being here chatting. I might leave the stream on, just looking at some charts, but I think I probably won't, actually, thinking about it. So been a great stream. We made, as you can see down to the left here, we had a great stream on GJ. Okay, so we had 14 pips on GJ, which you can have a look at here if I've still got everything on there. Yeah, so 14 pips on GJ. We can actually bring that up because we didn't get down there. Okay, went for our 1-to-1. Beautiful. We did take our profit, 80% profit, stop loss to break even. We got stopped out. We have now continued down a little bit, but yeah, nicely done. And then Euro USD, we ended up actually getting stopped out here, but we got our 1-to-1 profit. Then we got a little bit more, but we brought our stop loss up to this line. Yeah, successful day. So 27 pips on stream, following these rules down here. So yeah, great time. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It was great to have some new members in today. A few new people joined the Discord, so thank you. And yeah, oh, we're looking at some hats there. And yeah, we're out. So have a great rest of the afternoon or evening or morning or wherever it is that you reside. How do I find pips? Okay, just real quick, I'll show you. Sorry. So if you use this little tool here on the left, the measuring tool, okay, you can find out how many pips you have, and it's this number here on the right hand side. Or when you've got your tool here, okay, your pips are this one here. So you see where it says 13, where it's going to pop up just here. So there's 13 pips in profit, and then there's 10.9 pips stop loss. So that's how you find your pips. And then your risk to reward ratio is here. So it's a 1.19 risk to reward ratio that we ended up taking with a 13 pip win. So that's how I find the pips. Alright. But anyway, peace and love, man. Have a good one. Thank you to everyone else who came in. I can see it's had quite a few views today, which is awesome. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace!